Well, good morning. Good morning. I'm Meteorologist Chita Craft. Hope you're having a good morning. We have seen some really significant changes. Okay, this is what I want to start off with. We had a high of 80 degrees yesterday at Bush Intercontinental Airport. So at the big airport, warm, and it was warm area wide. Take a look at this. We received almost 2 inches of rain. So that cold front that moved through last night was significant, and that is what is turned our temperatures around. We are now getting close to the freezing point in College Station after yesterday's 70s and 80s. Isn't that remarkable? So 33 in College Station, 37 right now in Brenham. Some of you are jumping in live, and then some of you may see this a little bit later. So this is just after 8 a.m. this morning on Thursday. Temperatures about 40 degrees in Tomball, 44 at Hobby Airport, 50 degrees in Galveston. So cold. It is a very chilly start to your Thursday morning. We're also starting off with some breezy to gusty north winds. So notice sustained winds this morning anywhere from 20 to even 30 miles per hour in Galveston. Gusts today probably around that 30 to maybe upwards of 35 miles per hour, but we'll probably keep it in this range. You take temperatures in the 30s and 40s, you factor in a north wind sustained around 15 to at least 25 plus of that. There's going to be a wind chill. So there's going to be a feels like temperature colder than what the air temperature is showing. So there is that blustery air. We don't get it here all the time, and it is going to linger all throughout the day. Your day part planner, we are not talking any sunshine today. It is going to be a cold, dreary, gray day ahead. I already want to prepare you for that. So this morning, grab the coat. Make sure the kids are dressed with their big coat this morning, heavy coat this morning. And also, if you're leaving this morning and you're not going to be back to the house, you take that umbrella with you. Okay, I am expecting rain showers to return this afternoon. So coats and umbrellas needed for your Thursday. Are you looking at these temperatures? They don't change. If anything, our temperatures will actually drop throughout the day today. So that cold air is going to get trapped at the surface. Now I'm going to come back to that, okay? Just remember that it's going to stay cold and get it colder. Areas out west, if you're waking up this morning, you're watching this, and your commute takes you to Austin or San Antonio or Victoria, Corpus Christi, LaGrange. These are areas west and southwest that are under a winter weather advisory. The winter weather advisory in purple, actually the pink is a winter storm warning. That goes all the way into South Texas. Extremely rare, but just to put that in perspective, no watches or warnings here locally. We have one wind advisory for the coast, and that is it. We're not tracking rain yet. We are dry on the radar, but the clouds are socked in. It's not going to take a whole lot to start to see a few showers come out of those clouds. Let me take you further out west. This is the slug of moisture that's going to shake it all up across the state of Texas. Notice how far south this is tracking. So this is a little short wave. This is some energy from the Pacific, so out of the west coast. And as it moves across the area, temperatures that are above the freezing point and too warm to support a transition, it'll come out as rain. Anywhere that moisture travels where temperatures are cold enough to change rain to freezing rain, sleet, or snow, that's what will happen. So here locally, the faster our temperatures drop throughout the morning hours, the colder that it is at the surface, any moisture that moves across the area, it will transition. Now, we're not expecting any accumulation. So if we do see some sleet or freezing rain, it'll hit the surface. Upon hitting the surface, that's it. It'll be over. We're not expecting it to refreeze because we don't have freezing temperatures just yet. Now, areas northwest of town, I think through the afternoon and evening, we will continue to monitor that. What's interesting, tomorrow morning, we're all going to see a drop in our temperatures, and we may see near freezing temperatures even closer to the coastline. More on that in a second. Here's the wind advisory. Remember those winds? They're going to be impacting us all throughout the day today. So watch out for those gusty north winds, these cold temperatures all throughout the day today. I'll walk you hour by hour so you can see what I'm seeing, okay? 1 o'clock this afternoon, notice how we're under cloudy skies, area-wide 30s and 40s. So what you're waking up to is basically what your lunchtime temperature is as well. 4:30 this afternoon, we are almost all area-wide 30s. So at this point, notice the green. That's rain moving across the area, light showers, not nearly some of those downpours that we saw yesterday. We're not expecting that. This is going to be light moisture. But with that being said, if any of these just kind of isolated neighborhoods, communities, see a little bit more of a temperature drop that could support maybe a touch of a freezing rain droplet or a sleet. Again, no accumulations, but there is that chance that you look out your window and you're like, that looks a little thicker than just a normal raindrop. That's not out of the question, even an isolated flurry. So that's that winter precipitation mixture. Rain, freezing rain, sleet, or a little bit of snow, or a few flurries out there. Getting into 6:30 this evening, notice we're still tracking rain. So that short wave, that piece of energy is still going to be lingering through this evening. We're all still socked in under cloudy skies. Your evening commute home tonight is going to be cold. If you're on carpool duty picking up the kids, it's going to be cold. If they had any afternoon activities outside, it may be canceled due to the rain and, of course, how blustery it's going to be for our standards. If you're watching and you're originally from Chicago or Minnesota, you're like, this is nothing. Now here, this is a lot. Okay. Tonight, overnight. Let's talk about our overnight hours, 11 p.m. If you typically work the overnight shift or really early morning shift, pay attention. So 11 p.m. tonight, we are in the 30s. Overnight, most of the moisture moves out of here. So we want to try to dry things out overnight, but we don't stay completely dry. So any lingering moisture, I'm talking just a little slug of that left, is going to try to transition from rain to that freezing rain, sleet, or a few snow flurries. Again, not expecting much. I'm not expecting these roadways to be iced over. This is not going to be a major event. Areas like bridges or overpasses, anything at a higher elevation, especially overnight before the sun comes up, okay, be extra mindful of that. Be extra precautious. Make sure you're either checking our website, KHOU.com, tune in early tomorrow morning. We're going to have you covered, because that would be the only time and area that I would say, okay, let's monitor and make sure that those are okay to pass. Also, take note, this is tomorrow morning, so Friday at 7:30, right along the coast. Areas that usually do not welcome 30s, even for this time of the year, notice even some of the model guidance is now suggesting 30s. So especially areas south of I-10 where we have lingering moisture overnight, it's not out of the question that we could see some freezing rain or a few flurries. Take a look. I mean, from Sugar Land to El Campo, Bay City, West Columbia. I mean, these are all areas that we have popped up, but anywhere up 45, 290, 288, those are going to be all areas that we need to monitor for any lingering moisture. So it's two components that we'll be tracking for you throughout the day and overnight. It's the moisture and it's how cold our temperatures are. If they can meet up at the same time, that is what gives us that wintry mix. At this point, it looks kind of like two separate components. Today will be more moisture where temperatures are above the freezing point. Tomorrow, temperatures are going to be cold enough to support it, but most of that moisture is gone, right? So it has to be that perfect little recipe to see that winter mix here. With that being said, Houston is Houston, so we will keep that just a slight chance of it. And I just don't want you to be caught off guard if, in case you're driving or you peek out your window. Again, I'm not expecting this to be a major impact across the area. But as far as how cold we are, that's what everybody's going to be talking about. I mean, temperatures throughout the day are in the 30s and 40s, no changes. Cloudy skies, a very dreary Thursday. Starting off tomorrow morning, clouds will still be socked in. We'll still see the chance of maybe just before 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning latest of that maybe isolated snowflake, a little bit of sleet to freezing rain. That's it for the early morning hours. Now, after the sunrise, these temperatures are going to build, and at least we'll be tracking more upper 40s and a little bit of that sunshine. Then overnight into Saturday, moisture is completely out of here, but it's still cold. I mean, these temperatures are going to be staying cold even right through your upcoming weekend. I'll go back here to the very start. I know we're live. I can't remember all the channels, but let me get back to the very beginning so you can kind of see temperatures this morning. You're waking up to 30s and 40s. If it'll pop up, there we go. 33 in College Station, notice 40 degrees in Tomball, 43 in Sugar Land. So it is cold across the area this morning. What you're waking up to and walking outside to is basically what you're going to see this afternoon. They are going to be the exact same, no changes there. Then let me show you big picture on our satellite and radar map. You can see kind of what the state's dealing with this morning, if it's going to come up. We are under cloudy skies, but it's areas out west that we have that winter weather advisory, purple, from San Antonio into Austin. And then notice all areas south were actually under a winter storm warning. So if you don't have to commute southbound, Victoria, LaGrange, Corpus, and even south of, if you can put that off a day, I would. I would wait until tomorrow, wait until these temperatures climb above the freezing point, and we're going to be able to kind of see what shakes out here for today. That moisture is all moving in from West Texas. I'll zoom out and show you what I'm tracking. You see this area? Well, as long as this stays south, there's where the moisture is going to be. And you can even see these showers. So the cold front is now well offshore, but we still need to monitor that little slug of moisture here locally, just about the same. So we're going to continue to update you online, of course, on TV. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be hopping in all throughout the day today. All right, take care. Stay warm.